everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well, and in this video we are going to talk about why it is important to think in English and how you can think in English. Okay, in few steps I will be telling you how you can think in English and become fluent in English. Okay, so before discussing all of those things, let me tell you one thing, that you have to take action. Without taking action, only watching videos will not help you with your fluency. Okay, and next thing is, before discussing some techniques how you can think in English, let's just understand why it is important to even think in English, why one should think in English to become fluent, and why I started thinking in English and how I started thinking in English. So first of all, why it is important to think in English, let's just understand by this example. If you are not thinking in English, that means you're thinking in your mother tongue, right? Here you're thinking in your mother tongue. Then if you have to speak in English, then what your mind will do is, first you think in your mother tongue, then your mind will translate it into English, and then you will speak, right? On the other hand, if you're thinking in English already, what you will do is to speak only. So here your mind has to do a lot of work, and here it doesn't. So it's simple, correct? What do you think, where you will be fluent? Of course, where you are thinking in English, you'll be fluent there, right? So that is why thinking in English is very, very important, because then you don't have to translate. Your mind doesn't have to translate in English, right? Why I started thinking in English and why I thought it is very important. See, I was learning English, so I used to watch a lot of English content. I used to watch a lot of TV shows and movies, and after watching like 2 hours of movie in English, effortlessly I was thinking in English only. I was speaking in English only, and I thought like, wow, I used to become suddenly fluent when I was talking to myself. When I watched something, I suddenly become fluent and I talk with myself in English properly. Then I got to know that the problem is not thinking in English and translating while speaking, right? But on the other hand, when I watched the TV show or movies for 2-3 hours, my brain is programmed to think in English only. That is why I am able to speak like that. So then I understood this thing, that now I have to practice thinking in English. Then I used some techniques, I figured some things out which are working for me, that I'm going to tell you in this video. I used to give myself this task that I will think in English only, and I used to constantly remind myself also after like few hours that I have given this task to you, you have to think in English only. So in this way I had programmed my mind to think in English. I practiced it for 21 days. Like for 21 days I'll think in English only. So in between, of course, you cannot like follow every single day, because you are not in the same state of mind every single day, every single time, of course. But I did what I could do at that time to program my mind to think in English, because I knew at that particular time also that I had to think in English if I wanted to become fluent, right? So, and I want to tell you this thing also, if you want to become fluent, if you want to speak fluently, then you have to think in English. Okay, stop translating thing. Okay, so what I did was, I used to give myself this task that now for these many hours you will be thinking in English only, and I used to remind myself, no, you have to think in English, I have given you this task. So see, I will suggest you to do this for 21 days, and if not that, just 1 week, just at least try, and you will see the result. Okay, and next thing is, I used to do this a very fun exercise also, that is, see, if I'm free, for example, I'm going somewhere by bus. Okay, I'm sitting inside the bus, and I will look outside the window, and I will name everything I will see, right? I can do this exercise here also. Like I have one dressing table over here, my water bottle is lying there on the floor, and there's one ring light behind me, and there is one bed. I have this mic with me. So yeah, so you can do this exercise, and in this way you will see that you are expanding your vocabulary also. For example, you are naming everything, and then you suddenly realize that I don't know what it is called in English. So what will you do? You will go to Google and search it, and that is how one more word is added to your vocabulary, right? And this is very, very fun, and this is a very good exercise to train your mind to think in English. Okay, so yeah, next thing that I did was journaling. I started journaling to learn English only. Later on, I realized this is helping me. I used to love journaling and I still do. Journaling is the one thing that I love doing. Literally, I love doing. And if you want prompts for journaling, just let me know. I will make one video for you also, because you guys like the video I made for day 1 of 7 days English speaking challenge. So you guys like that video. So if you want me to make a video on prompts of journaling, I will definitely make that, because I love journaling. Journaling is my favorite thing to do, and it has helped me a lot with learning English. That is why I talk a lot about it on my channel. So I want to suggest you guys also to start journaling. So those who don't know what journaling is, let me just tell you. You have to take one piece of paper, any diary or whatever notebook. So what you can do is to just sit quietly and start writing everything that comes in your mind. So what you have to do is you have to think in English. Do this translation thing in journaling. You have to tell your brain that you will think in English, and then you will think everything in English and write down on the piece of the paper. And it is a very good exercise to train your mind, because see, write for 20 minutes, right? And for those 20 minutes you are thinking in English, you're programming your brain to think in English in this way, right? And yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.